Pancakes here, and joining me tonight on the stack, I have BK Westbrook. You can see him working for Action Wrestling, Premier Wrestling Federation, on Beyond's Uncharted Territory, and this weekend in Paradigm Pro.
Yes.
So please welcome BK Westbrook.
It is a pleasure to be a part of the stack. I wish there was like some sort of like green screen for like a diner background for this, just to like make this even better. Because I don't know, I just do very well in diner settings. There's this really viral video of me just going off at a Waffle House. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it before, but I just felt like if I did well there, I would do well in this environment. So I'm happy to be a part of the stack. So thank you for having me.
I'm happy to have you here. I love when anyone is just willing to spend like their free time hanging out with me. If we are ever in the same place, we could surely go get pancakes together at some point. If that's a good environment for you, like I can manage that. I think that would be a lot of fun. But to start off tonight, you have done something that like I only wish I could do, and that is on Uncharted Territory, season 3, episode 3, or episode 34, depending on how you look at it on IWTV. You super kicked Super Slime Ball Cam Zagami.
I did.
And it was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Who wouldn't want to super kick Cam Zagami?
Right.
But
I was going to say, I didn't even realize how much of a slime ball he was until after the fact on Twitter. And I was just seeing all like the comments under the GIF and everything. I was like, okay, I guess I did a good thing. So I was happy that I could do that. So thank you. You know, I just, all in a day's work. That's all it is.
And humble too. How delightful. But to go so Uncharted Territory is a staple on IWTV. There was so much hype with it coming back now. The people that go to that beyond faithful have, for me watching it on IWTV, have such an environment. Like, what was it like going into that environment, and how was it doing something like that? Or is it just like any other show?
It was super cool. It wasn't like any other show because like this was the longest drive that like I ever had, especially like I've only been wrestling for 2.5 years at this point. So being kind of like thrust in this position, like we're taking my car and stuff like that. It wasn't like it was, Eric's car or somebody who I usually ride with, or another vet, or somebody that's had a lot more tenure than I have. Like, so it's me, Bojack and Diego Hill, like just packed in there 14.5 hours from North Carolina. So that was a good time. And then like we were able to stay at a friend's house like the night prior, like in Pennsylvania, and trek like 9 there, but it was still a lot for us and like something that I like wasn't ready for then. So, but we were like, it was insane. Like the venue was cool. Like it's like one of those things like you see all the time, like in videos and on like match compilations or whatever. And then you're there, you're like, wow, this is pretty awesome. And then like, it was really, really cool. The crowd was pretty awesome, like to be in that little environment where everybody's kind of standing, like it's almost like this bar fight that's happening, like with just rings set up here. Like it was a cool atmosphere. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's awesome. Like it's always good to see they book different people with the Beyond regulars, and to bring like to you guys up, or like some of the other people they bring in is always really cool to see for me, because like that's how I'm introduced to a lot of new people. So
yeah, I was honored to be a part of it. Like it really was a big deal, and it was just piggybacked off like the whole IWTV Untitled 6-man thing. So it was cool, and it happened like within the span of like 3 weeks. I was like, wow, this is insane. Like it was cool.
That's awesome. So going back in time, what was a young BK Westbrook like? I mean, you're still pretty young, but like really like, as a child.
What was I like? Like, what age are we talking about here?
Like, like 5 to 10.
5 to 10? Okay. Super into wrestling, super into WWE, like right around this time. And then I kind of fell out of love with WWE for like a long time. Well, I would say 2 years in that period, but that was a long time for me. And then I kind of got into sports and stuff like that. So just a big fan of just anything with like competition, I guess you could say. Like I was really big into just being active and stuff like that and just running around all the time. And yeah, and then but wrestling was always like the main thing. Like I think the first time that I saw wrestling, it was SmackDown, and my boy Batista and Rey Mysterio, I think, were in a tag match. I think they might have been like wrestling Eminem or something. I don't remember. Like, but I just remember Batista and Rey specifically, and yeah, it was awesome, and I fell in love. Like it was great. And then like I just kept watching SmackDown. Then like it took me like a year and a half to realize there was another wrestling show called Raw. I don't know, but I tried my best and to get by. But I just love wrestling, and yeah, it was. But in that time period, I was just kind of just finding different things that I liked. But wrestling always stuck, even like after, even though it went away at the same time. But it was good. It was good for me.
Yeah, I think that they're like, I know that, like, for me anyway, there's times where I'm like all in on wrestling, and then there are times where I kind of drift away, but it's like that thing that like you always go back to.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think I was a bigger fan when I came back to it because I had like a little bit more understanding of stuff, like as I got older, and I think that was the big thing. But like, there's nothing like when you first discover wrestling. Like, there's no other like you like you can remember like really specific things, but then there's some things that are a little foggy for me personally. But like just specific stuff. Like I remember Batista was wearing like silver like trunks. Like it's just weird things like that. I don't know.
So Batista and Ray got you into wrestling when you were younger, but how did you decide to pursue wrestling as like a thing you wanted to do?
Well, I regretfully have to admit, like everybody else here, that I did backyard wrestling, kind of growing up. When also I will also mention this, that I am an only child, so I didn't have any siblings. So my friends, I'd force them to like wrestle me. They were like basically just my neighbors. They had no other choice. Like we would do their activity, but like we'd have to wrestle, and they had no idea like anything about wrestling. So like we're just doing this trampoline wrestling fed, and it's somewhere, but just don't look it up. I'm not disclosing the name, so but it's out there on YouTube still. And anyways, eventually it kind of morphed into like one of my friends, like I got in contact with another guy like out of state, and we just fell in love with like backyard wrestling, like lore and culture for like what we were doing, like making our own stories and stuff. And then like we got a ring, and like and then I tried it out, and we like ran these crazy shows that had like 100 to 125 people there of just us doing really stupid stuff and stuff like I look back on like not fondly per se, because it just wasn't a good time. But I will say like that kind of like made me have an itch to like, what if I actually got like trained and like actually like made a go of this, because like I love wrestling so much, like in every aspect of like creative, like like it can be anything you want it to be, and it's incredible, and like I love it. I think it's the purest form of art, but that's just me to me. And I was just super into that kind of stuff of just like seeing how like where I could go with like backyard stuff, because I didn't really have any goals or aspirations to be anything else. So jumping into that, I was like, let me get trained and see how it goes. And like I found CWF Mid Atlantic, and it was the best thing that could happen to me.
So you started off yarding, and you were
Yeah.
running shows with 100 like fans in attendance as like a backyard bed.
So my friend was, and this was in Pennsylvania. So my friend was running these shows. I wasn't. I was just strictly talent. I just came in and like I just did my deal. No envelope at the end of the day, which was a little annoying, but I just came in, did my match, and just got out of there. So it was kind of weird, like the fact that we drew like that many people like consistently, and like none of them were like any wrestling fans. They were just people like from his like high school or something. So, but I was just there, just wrestling. That's it.
But like it was the thing to do in that time and area, and so people just showed up. That's kind of what I'm getting out of it.
I guess so. But I mean, I think I did it a couple times, like like I had like 4 matches, like whenever I would go down there, but I only went like 4 or 5 times, like the whole, like, but each time, like we had insane crowds and stuff and just did really stupid stuff, just really stupid stuff.
You say that, and that does not deter me from wanting to see this stuff. You know that, right?
Well, this is not out on YouTube
Oh,
anywhere.
it's nowhere?
Yeah, no, the kid, like the really like 12 to 13-year-old me, like wrestling on a trampoline, like that is somewhere. But this is not, and it's for good reason. It's on a flash drive, and I hide the flash drive. So there you go.
Like, it sounds super secret, and that really only makes me want to see it more.
I know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, but not right now. Now is not the
I'm
time.
okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being the only one that gets to see it. I'm not gonna lie to you about that.
Yeah,
I
don't know if you want to. I think you'll have a different
really
opinion
do.
of me. I think you have a different
don't
opinion.
think I will. I don't think I will. I've been talking to you for like 15 minutes and you're super pleasant. I don't think that whatever you did as a 13-year-old will
This was as like
taint how I feel about you.
this was like when I graduated high school. This wasn't when I was 13. Like this was like before I started training. So if that makes sense, if the timeline's kind of, I know I talked a lot, like way too much in that winded story, but like, yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
No such thing as talking too much. That's what this is for. That's why I have you here, so that you can talk about yourself.
That's good.
So I appreciate anything that you have to say. I'm just trying to get a timeline together because it sounds like you were yarding for a long time before you started training.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like, I don't know. Yeah, that's enough with the backyard. I can't talk. I can't bring up these memories. I just can't.
I don't want this to be traumatizing for you. So we will move on to your training.
Thank you.
Training, yes. Yes. What were some of the best things you learned while training?
Oh,
like the things that you keep with you today.
Oh, man, we could just be here for hours. Like if I could like tell it, like articulate everything I'd like learned, but and like I keep everything with me that I've learned. Like it's not like any like just one thing. It's like a multitude of different things that like kind of make this fabric of like work ethic, I guess you could say, is like the main thing. Like that would tie it all in together, I would say. Because like that was the main thing at CWF, was just like working really, really hard and like just you had to earn your spot and like had to earn like just wanting to be there and to perform at a high level of like what was expected of like the standard for CWF and stuff. And like, and at least that's how I felt. And I can't say enough good things about my time training there.
That's awesome. Who has had the most influence on you, both in the ring and out of the ring?
Whoa. Okay. In and out of the ring. That's a really tough question. That's a very tough question. I didn't expect you to hit me with that one, honestly. Like,
I'm sorry.
I know. But if I can give like some sort of semblance of an answer, I'll probably just say like John Cena, like growing up or whatever. Like he was from somebody I was like, I want to like have like what like his work, like because I've always like been big into like working hard and just like putting in your best effort and like getting in what you like getting out what you put in and stuff. And like John Cena kind of like just had that. And like I grew up with that kind of mentality and CWF. Like, so it all kind of just molded together. And I just have always like really latched onto that kind of stuff. But I don't really mold myself after John Cena now, like, or anything, like really any time. But I guess that's the best answer I could give you for the purpose of the question. So.
Okay. So right now you said you've been wrestling for 2.5 years. What are you looking at as like in the future? Like what are your future plans and dreams like within wrestling, and what keeps you motivated to keep driving 14 hours to go to shows and wrestle?
I just want to do what I love, like everywhere, like just wrestle everywhere. Like that's my main goal. Like it's you know, it's mainly just a thing of just me being happy. And like anytime that I wrestle, like I'm happy and at ease and all that kind of stuff. So like that's big for me. So like that just kind of keeps me going. I don't really have a goal. Like, you know, everybody, I feel like a while back, or even like still now, I guess, like got to get a contract. But really, it's not about like having a contract anymore. It's just about kind of like, because people are on the independents just successful. You know what I mean? Like the indies are blowing up, and like there's like you got places like GCW, and you've got Beyond Wrestling, and you've got PWG, and you've got like these big like larger like you know, they're just as big as a Ring of Honor and an Impact Wrestling in my eyes, because like they're on that same playing field. I feel like now with independent wrestling, there being so much in the independent wrestling with IWTV, Fight, like there's so much that you can watch. And I know like this is really just long-winded.
No, not at all. Talk all you need to.
But yeah, like there's not really a goal per se. I just want to just wrestle at these places. Obviously, like I want to wrestle at the best wrestling. Like because you don't get better by wrestling people that aren't as good as you or not. Like, you know, like you have to wrestle people that are better than you and are also, or at your level or something. And I have to do that, like in order to get better. Like, I just want to be one of the best, but I know that I have a very long way before I get there. And I know I have a lot to learn in the meantime, but I just want to wrestle like the best and wrestle like everywhere, because currently like Indiana this Friday will be my 10th state, which is pretty crazy. And I've, like I said, I've been wrestling for 2 years. And like, keep in mind, like the pandemic, like COVID, like happened like during like that. I'm counting all that time. So like, there's like 6 or 7 months right there gone, you know, that I wasn't able to wrestle. So really I've been, you know, 2 years, I would say, with like the whole COVID thing. So like just solid wrestling, but yeah, I just that's my main thing, is just wrestling best and wrestling where I can get better and it can improve mainly. So like I'm super happy with all the opportunities I've received this year, and I don't want to like mess up anything, and I want to just keep getting better is the main thing.
So you kind of touched on it, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to talk with you this week, is to get you on the sack before your Paradigm appearance, because you're debuting for them, correct?
Yes, this Friday.
And you're doing the UWFI rules. Is that correct?
I am, yes.
Are you preparing for that differently than you do like your normal matches? Because that's like, if no one has ever seen it, like the UWFI stuff it's a whole different entity. So
yeah, like I love that kind of style of wrestling, like because at CWF a lot of times like we would train with stuff in the ring and everything, but we'd have a dedicated time to just like shoot wrestling per se, like we just kind of just tumble around, and it'd be where you can kind of it's good to learn like stuff like that, so you can kind of like just think on the fly in a match, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, and like how stuff would actually feel in like a real fight or a real like kind of combat situation. So like I am kind of used to that style. Like I still do it today, like at training. So, but watching footage, like it's just watching what I normally watch. But going into this, there's a little bit like, I want to go into a different side of like the Starboy BK Westbrook character and make it a little bit more gritty, I guess, and a little bit more mean. Like I was like growing facial hair to kind of look cool and badass, but then like I thought it looked like shit, so I had to shave it. So now I'm just clean shaved, but I'm still mean and bad, you know, so you know, so I'm excited though. That was not even convincing that I was bad to the bone, but you'll see this Friday. We're gonna get down. It's gonna be fun.
So I totally believe that you are mean and intimidating, and
Sometimes.
that you're going to absolutely kick ass this weekend. I know that it's not airing live, but I am sure it'll be up on IWTV eventually. I will absolutely be watching that when it comes on, because I'm super excited. There's just a ton of talent on those shows too. I feel like, is there 2 shows? I feel like there might be 2 shows. Maybe not. Maybe it's just 1 show. It just seems like there's a lot of people, but then
There's
the
a bunch of
UWFI
people there.
matches aren't very long. So
No, they're not. but in the beauty of that, like you don't have to wrestle as long, I guess. Like that's kind of, but I mean, like it fits kind of what UWFI like represents and everything. And like, there's a bunch of guys that I'm familiar with and like down there and then there's also like people that I've never met before. So like, it's going to be kind of cool to watch some of the matches and also participate in it for Paradigm Pro, which is going to be super sick. So yeah.
Is there anybody you're looking forward to like watching? Like, is there any? Because I know that they've already announced some of the matchups and stuff. Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to?
I'm a big fan of Trisha Dore. Like, I think she's incredible. So like I watched her stuff at Beyond when I got a chance to, and her stuff's going to be great here. Jordan Blades is somebody I've been just starting to watch. Just like people, because I've been trying to watch more independent wrestling because I watch so much already. And at the same time, like I feel like I don't watch enough at all. Like it's a weird thing for me, but like I don't watch as much independent wrestling, and I'm starting to kind of like just see people I like and stuff. And I'm going to watch the Karate Man because Aaron Wade is going to do great things there, and I'm very, very excited for that. And they added some people like Brandon Williams. I saw his name pop up on there, so like I'm familiar with some of these people, and I like some of their stuff from like what I saw, and like, but I'm also excited just to see people I've like never met and like people's work I've never seen before. So it'll be cool.
That's awesome. It's good that you're like, it's like you're going into it with like an open mind and just trying to like absorb as much as you can. And that's super cool that you're just like so optimistic about it.
I'm trying my best. And like, I'm an optimistic person at heart. Like I try to keep a positive attitude about things. Sometimes like it's rough for me, like, but you know, for the most part, I try to kind of keep a, you know, positive outlook on everything. And I'm excited. Like I said, like it's the only way I feel like you can kind of do professional wrestling in some way, because I mean, you're driving 14 and a half hours to like wrestle at this like this show and stuff like that. Like that part is like tough. Like that's the rough part of everything. And like, that's why like, you know, you ask for money, and that's that's the tough part of the job. And I feel like if you're not having a positive outlook on everything, like you're going to be miserable during that time. Like you got to find things to be happy about, I guess. And I try to like transition that into my everyday life.
So what has been your greatest achievement in wrestling so far? And that can be like if you have a title or like a match that you really enjoyed, or like a specific opponent that you got to wrestle against, like whatever that means to you.
Sure. It's probably tied between winning the CWF Mid-Atlantic Tag Titles back in like 2019 as number bra. I was not BK Westbrook then. I was wearing a mask, but the number like men characters, like they don't win championships, you know, all the time. And I feel like I got it. Like it was a cool opportunity. I felt validated that like I want to tie, and especially like 2 months later, CWF closed down, and like so that was kind of sad. But I was like, at least I kind of got that little nugget right there, you know. But the other one, probably a little bit more special, recent because it was more recent, was the 6-man that we had down in New Jersey for the IWTV show. Just was really happy because like that was a great weekend. Just everybody like that was there involved in the match and outside of it, and like what PWF has been kind of building recently, and like getting a chance to just showcase that for a little bit of a larger audience was just really, really nice to kind of get. And like we had a good match, and we got a good reception. You know, we picked up, you know, a few things along the way and stuff like that. So like that was really, really special. And I think that was probably the most recent thing I can liken that would compare to winning the tag titles back in for CWF. So
you had a whole different gimmick and persona then when you won.
I was a surfer. I was a surfer dude. Yeah, I had a Hawaiian. Like I traded that for some kimonos and stuff, but I had a Hawaiian. I had some board shorts, and had some like really awful like Franklin like baseball knee pads. Like they were just awful. But that's there's footage of Number Bra, and like it's you can watch it. I mean, I guess, but like yeah, like because you can search that up easily and find it. So like it's out there. I had some okay little matches and stuff, but this mainly just learning. That's the main thing. It's just learning as the Number Man character.
So, what has been the greatest obstacle that you've overcome in wrestling?
Um, well, probably just like geography. Like if I can be honest, like North Carolina kind of sucks if I'm going to be honest. Like we're just so far from like really anything. Like it feels like even like North Carolina is a deceptively long state, and I feel like you've got a select amount of shows you can do in North Carolina, but then outside of that, like you really just have to just do drives. Like it's just all about like 4 hours is like the minimum requirement to like get to a show that you want to wrestle at. You know, because if I want to go to Georgia and like just be in Atlanta, like it's gonna take me like 5.5, 6 hours to get there. Like it's like one of those things. And same goes like Tennessee or the Northeast or the Midwest. Like we just have to drive. And I feel like whether that was me, like I was like I had to drive an hour and a half to like training, like every like day that I went. So like that was a lot for me, like because I was like still like just getting out of high school and stuff like that and figuring that out. And then translate that to like once you get done training, you still got to drive everywhere else. So geography probably has been my biggest challenge thus far.
So I understand to some extent. I live in Nebraska.
Whoa.
And
what? I had no idea. I thought you lived in like Georgia or Tennessee or something. Wow, could have fooled me.
Nebraska. So I live in Nebraska. I live in Omaha, which is like the city in Nebraska. But like the guys that I know that are local that wrestle here have that same kind of issue where it's like after you get out of the Omaha bubble, you're driving 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to go to shows. Yeah. So when you said geography, I was like, oh, I absolutely understand what you mean by that, because
and Nebraska like probably has it way worse than North Carolina does. Like I don't have any room to talk like compared to like anything like that. But wow, that's so tell me, is like Little League like a huge thing? Like the Little League World Series like a huge thing in Omaha?
College World Series.
Oh, so Little League, where's that at then?
I think it's in the Northeast, maybe.
Okay. I have no
but
idea.
No, so College World Series is big here.
College World Series. I knew it was something baseball related, right? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
I apologize.
You're okay. I wouldn't expect anybody to know anything about Nebraska. It's fine.
You guys had a good football team, like here and there, like for college football, but not well.
It's all good. I live here now. I'm not from here, so it's like whatever.
Okay, so you don't have that connection and tie. I got you.
I mean, I've been here for like 12 years, but like I don't feel like I'm not from here, you know.
Sure.
I just happen to be here, which is fine. So you said you've been wrestling for like 2 years. If you could go back in time and wrestle yourself as your first match, or go forward in time and wrestle yourself 5 years from now, which would you pick to do and why?
Probably the latter. Definitely like 5 years from now. Like, what is that going to look like? Like, what would that be like? Like, so I'm aware that I'm wrestling myself from the future in 5 years, or it's like, I just don't know this guy. Like, I'm just wrestling somebody who's like in disguise, kind of.
You would know.
I would know. Okay. Well, I would think that was pretty crazy. I don't even know how I would promote that match. Like, I don't know, like ask me to cut a promo and I'm like I don't know how I would do that. I couldn't like just insult myself and like bury myself, but maybe I could. Maybe like I could get away with it. So I don't know. That would be weird. That'd be crazy. That'd be fun though.
Like, do you want to see like how far you've come in 5 years, or do you want to go like impart your current wisdom on your past self?
You know, there's just no need. Like he's just already gonna do what he's gonna do and get to this point anyway. So like, what's he gonna benefit from now? Like I don't have any secrets. I didn't, you know, like so we'll go 5. We'll go 5.
Nice. So kind of to the portion of the evening where I ask you about your road trip stuff.
Okay.
So, I know you drive a lot. What do you like to listen to when you're driving?
Good question. So music is a big thing for me. Like, but outside of this interview, like I have my AirPods in a lot. Just because like I don't know why. I always like to kind of like just be like engage with music or whatever. So I listen to a lot of like vaporwave type like category like music on YouTube and stuff like that, like reverbs and all that kind of thing, and different remixes to songs. I'm really into like old 80s R&B. Indie rock's pretty cool. Like I like stuff like I like listening to everything, honestly. Besides country music, I don't like country music. Country music can go to hell. But that's just me. I'm sorry. I gotta say I don't really rock with country music like that. I used to. And like by the way that I sound sometimes, like you could probably say like, oh, he might like country music, right? Because he's from North Carolina. Just no, I don't really like it too much. Like there's a few songs like I think are okay, but no, can't do it. But that like everything else pretty much just play. Like I dig jazz, I dig like rap. You know, I hate just saying hip hop because like there's so much to like just more than just hip hop. Like because like that means different things. Like you got like I don't know. Like there's just a bunch. So, but I listen to like a lot of music, a lot of music.
So what would be like the most surprising song like on your playlists? Like the thing that people will be like, no way does he listen to this. And you're like, but I do.
Okay.
I don't want to say like guilty pleasure, but like kind of.
I don't want to say anything like I mean, because I don't really think any of my music's embarrassing. Like, you know, you were saying like no real guilty pleasures because I just like all my music that I have. But like,
yeah, I'm unashamed.
Yeah, like I don't really care. Like, you can just get out of the car if you don't like it. But uh, let's. I'm just gonna say "Don't Ya" by the Pussycat Dolls. Like, I really like that song. I have that song, so yeah.
Nice.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the deep secret. There you go.
That's a Stack exclusive.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Do you listen to any like podcasts or do you not not a podcast?
Okay. So podcasts make me very sleepy. I have a hard time like just kind of like it's just like a certain feeling like when because I drive a lot, like especially like after a show, podcasts are a no go. Maybe on the way to the show I can do it, but like cannot do it like on the way back. If I'm going to listen to a podcast, I haven't listened to some in a while, so like I can't even say if they're good anymore. But like I'll like listen to like some stuff from like the original episodes of like Something to Wrestle With and a few 83 Weeks episodes. I'm starting to get in the Shivani stuff. So like that kind of like the Kurt Angle show's good. I like to pick out like interviews sometimes more than like just podcasts per se, like just like a specific podcast, like might just be like just one wrestler I want to hear talk about something. But other than that, no, like no podcast for me.
I can understand that. I'm not like I don't think I'm a huge podcast person, but my Spotify year in review told me otherwise today. So
what's your favorite wrestling podcast? Do you have a favorite wrestling podcast?
I don't listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts that I'm not a part of.
Gotcha.
But I do if I'm gonna pick one, sometimes I'll listen to Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling.
Okay.
Because that's funny to me.
Gotcha.
So it's Marty DeRosa and Sarah Shockey, and they talk about wrestling. And they're just funny. So that's why I like it.
There you go.
Right? So you're on the road and you're done with your show. Like, what is your like drive home snack? Like, what's your go-to road snacks?
Most likely is going to be a stop to Taco Bell, Waffle House, or Cookout. one of those three, because they're the only places like really open. Because like no matter where, like where I'm at wrestling on the show, somehow I'll just look at the time on my phone, like when I'm leaving, it's like, oh, cool. It's like 11:45. Nice. All right. So let's go home now. And it always happens without fail. I don't know how it does. Like, so I'm excited for this Friday. We'll figure out what time we leave. But in that, probably but if we can't include any fast food, like I go to a gas station, I get some Chex Mix, I get some grapes, get some cheese sticks, get like a huge thing of water, and then get like 2 energy drinks, and then you should be good to go. Sometimes you'll reward yourself with like either chocolate milk or some chips or something like that. Like, I mean, trust me, I'm not a big like leading person. Like I can only eat this kind of food, or I have to diet really, really bad. Like I just like, I don't know. I can't like eat snacky foods and like really, really greasy stuff like, on the road, especially as I'm driving. But grapes all the way. Go get you some grapes. Like when you're at the gas station, they're good. Like they're actually pretty good. Like, and they're fruit. So, and they're cheap. Get some grapes. Put some grapes in your life.
Put some grapes in your life.
Some grapes.
So what's your favorite Chex Mix piece?
Wow. Is it bad that I don't know the names of the Chex Mix pieces? Like, can I just describe them?
Yeah, I'll know what it is. Okay. I'm a fat girl. I eat all the time. You kidding me?
So it probably is is like the one that looks like a pillow, right? And it's like, okay, I'm really bad at describing this. So like, please help me out.
It sounds like you just like the actual Chex cereal part.
No, it's a different, it's not like, it has like a salt, like it has like a different flavor on it. Like, it's not like they're like just the straight up one, like it's a different one.
Well, yeah, it has like the seasoning of the Chex Mix, but
right.
Like,
maybe I'm just, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just really basic and I just think it's really, I mean, I like it all, but like, I'm sorry, I guess.
No, so you have like the window pane pretzels, right?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? I say that, okay.
Exactly.
And then you have the rye chips, which are like the circles. Those are trash. So those are the worst part.
Away. Get them out of here.
Thank you. The worst part of the Chex Mix.
I knew what that was.
See, you know, because you're like, ugh, garbage.
Yeah.
And then you have like the actual, just like the Chex cereal with the seasoning. And I think it's a corn Chex. I think it's the corn variety. Those are pretty good. Those are probably my second favorite, if I'm being honest. Sure. But my favorite is the little breadsticks.
See, that's number 2 for me. Like we have just those flip-flop, I guess. I don't know. Like it didn't make the top cut, like, but I do respect it. And I think it has its place in the mix. So
it's like breadsticks, Chex,
mm-hmm.
pretzels. Pretzels are an okay filler. They're fine.
Yeah, they're
pretty mid.
Yeah, they are pretty mid.
And then rye chips right in the garbage.
They gotta go. Sometimes you'll be down bad and you can eat them from time to time, but I mean, I'm with you. Just toss them. Just get rid of them.
Right? Nobody wants. Like my best friend loves the rye chips. I'm like, you can have all of my rye chips.
You can have them.
Don't need it. So when you're on these road trips, who do you usually have in your car load? Like, who are your wrestle buddies?
So Eric Royal, obviously he's the guy that trained me, but at the same time, me and him like ride all the time to like wherever. And cause like, he's very much among the mindset of like, we're going to get out or we got to get out to like wrestle. You know what I mean? Like, so he's down with that. I wrestle with, ride down with Bojack and Diego Hill and a lot of the guys from the PWF crew. And like, really, that's about it. Like, I'm kind of a loner, honestly. Like, I kind of just keep to myself and like keep to like my circle. And like, that's really no insult to anybody. It's just kind of how like I am. But like, so like I have like, that's really about it. Like that right there. Otherwise, like I just drive by myself and like, sometimes I'll be put in cars or whatever, but like, those like probably my main 3. So.
Those are like that's your crew. Like
that's the gang. Yep.
So do you have, because like most wrestlers that have done any kind of traveling have like at least one like incident as far as like traveling, like there's always like one like really good story where something really funny happened or really crazy happened, or like there's got to be like one like good story that you can tell me. And
Yeah.
if you need to like censor names to like protect these people, you can do that. That's fine. I'm not going to judge you for that.
I am not going to censor any names because the story that I'm about to tell you like was was chaotic because I was behind the wheel of the car, and we're going to go ahead and start from there. So going into the trip, it's me. We got Eric. We got Teddy TKO, Teddy Ireland. You've seen him on Up Next and a few little things in action. And Snooty Fox. This guy, right? My man Snooty, love the guy, but he decided that he elected to take his car because it had more room. It was us four. We were going down to action for it was Acting Accordingly, their show in September. And the only reason why I remember why it was the show's name was because like I made a joke about it. Like I was like, I hope we act accordingly and get on time, because like we were like having just like fits like all day with this tire that was on this car. And so when Snooty elected to take this car, we knew it had a flat tire. It was just a matter of like, I hope it just gets us there. And like we like had to stop like over 5 different times on the way to Georgia just to like get there, like putting air in the tire and stuff like that and just stopping. And it was really, really bad. We were really like, anyways, so also not my car, but I'm the one that's stuck driving because I guess, young boy, but I'm driving and the tire is going flat and Snooty's freaking out. He's like, we got to stop somewhere. I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was like, he's like, we need to stop. So at this point, we're in downtown Atlanta. We're about like 50 minutes to an hour, like being late of like where we were supposed to be at. Cause like that was the chance for me to get on Up Next for action and for Snooty and Teddy. So everybody's opportunity there, we're trying to get there on time. So like in race and like, we're like, okay, I guess we're just going to have to miss it like this point. But like, it was really, really rough because I turned into downtown Atlanta at Snooty's request. And I'm like, they're not going to have gas and they're not going to have air in like downtown Atlanta or whatever. Like, it's just not going to happen. He's like, well, we need to stop. And I have no. So we turned down and like, there was no air in downtown Atlanta. Like the tire continued like to deflate, and it was even worse. And we got down the road a little bit, and like that was a nightmare. But we got to the show finally, and we had our matches and stuff, and everything went well. But that was just a nightmare. Like just that whole tire situation, like it. And like, I remember just thinking to myself, I was like, we didn't act accordingly. Like, there's no way we didn't get the tire fixed like we wanted to, but we got it fixed the next day, which was fine. But it was rough. It was rough.
Well, yeah, I would be super irritated having to do that.
Yeah, I blame Snooty. Like, he's not listening to this. There's no way possible he's listening to this, but I just want him to know that like I don't forgive him for that. And like even like I just don't like putting me in that position, putting us in that position. That's just what a guy.
Right? Not just himself, but all of the rest of you too.
All of us. And like not good at all.
On a show called Act Accordingly, and
like that was just running through my mind.
And to make you late.
Yeah, exactly.
So, kind of moving along a little bit, what is your favorite city to wrestle in?
Favorite city, like, I haven't really wrestled in like a place that I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, I mean, like Beyond thing was cool because like I've never been to Massachusetts before. Like that was dope, and like we were like, that was cool. Like but like mainly it's the trips like that I'm like, oh, this is kind of neat, like getting to see like this. But like wrestling specific, like I just haven't had that opportunity yet. So if we have this interview with my 5-year-old version of myself that that I just wrestled, then you can ask him that. But for now, nowhere, because yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's no real favorite city of mine.
You're still kind of feeling cities out to make one your favorite. So that's fine.
Exactly. I just don't have it yet. That's okay.
Yeah. So what is your favorite move to give and what is your favorite move to take?
Okay. So favorite move to give would just be my finish because like it looks cool. It's pretty unique. And it's something that like I kind of like worked on and like I feel like it's like I don't know. I feel like it's just something that I know I can do well and like there's the risk is like low for injury, at least for me, because like I feel like a lot of people like on the indies sometimes like do too much of like trying to get like and end up hurting themselves or whatever. And I try not to do that and stuff. And I think I found something that I kind of like. And anytime that I like, I can like avoid injury and can look cool, I guess. Then like that's awesome. So I enjoy doing my little flipping neck breaker called the vibe check. But yeah, so but my favorite move to take. So probably be probably like a clothesline or like the pounce or something like that. It's something that I can just make look crazy. Like just because I like sometimes like they suck like to take something like that, but like anytime I can just like leave my feet and like do some sort of contorting or whatever, like and make it look gnarly, like I'm down with it. Like it doesn't matter, like anything. Like let's do something safe, but let's do something like pretty cool. Like is the conclusion of that.
So do you have any like pre-match rituals, like something that you like do before every match?
Sometimes I get a chance to listen to music, and like just kind of just a few songs or whatever that like I just been on my mind all day. Or just kind of stretching, like mainly like I like to stretch when I get to like the show, but also I like to stretch like probably like 10 minutes before my match or whatever, like just a nice stretch and yeah, I just try not to stress about anything before like my match. That's the main thing. Just de-stress any way I can.
So if you had an action figure of yourself and it was one of the ones that could like say phrases, what phrases would you want it to say and what accessory or accessories would it come with?
Oh, okay. So that's a good question. Honestly. Um Maybe just like some generic like hi, how are you? Or something like that. Like just we don't need to get like excessively like I'm gonna like kill you or whatever, or because I mean like I have a few things I say, but like there's not like anything in particular. Like a lot of it's like really just by crowd. Like if I'm wrestling in like North Carolina, South Carolina, I'm gonna pick somebody out and say something like oddly specific to them. Like they could have a really stupid like sweatshirt on and like just that would be it. So but you can't put that as like the things in the action figure. So we'll just go with some basic stuff that I normally say. Like, hey, what's going on? Stuff like that. Just really basic, just man of the people. No need to get crazy.
Just getting to know your phrases, like
That's it. Like, how are you doing? Like literally pretty basic stuff. Cause like
hope the family's well.
think about it. Like some parents are weird and they don't like allow kids to like watch wrestling or like whatever. They get this action figure like, yo, who's this guy? Like he's just saying like he's not saying anything wrestling related. So like we can buy this. So that's just I just made a little bit more money just by just thinking about that. But we'll see. Maybe it doesn't work. I'll have to get back to you.
You never know until you try. So that's one avenue to try. What accessories would it come with?
Okay, well, we got to have sunglasses because like I'll always wear sunglasses. Probably one of my kimonos. And then just like probably like my nicest set of gear, which is my most recent set. That's really difficult for me to say. But yeah, I guess that would be really it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I would have. Maybe a belt. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Like a belt that I could use. Like it was like detachable, because like my belt is actually detachable, like on my gear. Like it's not like sewn in or anything. Like what I like you could use it and use it as a weapon. Like I've never seen an action figure with a detachable belt. Be cool.
So when you said belt, I thought you meant like a title belt, but no, no,
Oh
no.
no. Yeah, no, no need. Just a
So
detachable belt.
but if you could create your own title, what would it be for and how would it be defended?
Okay, first of all, it's gonna spin. All right. It's like the middle logo is going to spin. It's probably gonna have a star in it, and like it would be like a time, it would definitely be a time limit belt. I'm not trying to wrestle anything past 15 minutes. So we're gonna do a time limit belt. Um, it's just being smart about it. Like if I'm gonna have to defend this championship, like why, like, especially if I did like a weekend loop of like defending this title, this supposed title of mine, that's my title, and I'm not gonna want to lose it. 15-minute time. Okay. And I don't know. No, no strikes to the head. That's the only rule. That's it. Everything else, you're good. We're all good
Nice.
here. I don't want to make it like a pure type rules like title or whatever, and I don't want to necessarily do anything crazy like that. But yeah, it's just a regular belt, probably like the
What would
star
you,
belt. Just a
oh, I
star
was just
belt.
going to ask, what would you call it? But the star belt.
Just yeah, it would be the star belt for sure.
Nice. Nice.
It would
I
have
like,
my face on like the side plates. You know what I'm saying? And then because like honestly, like if whoever wins that title, like likes that. I mean, like, I don't know if they're going to keep it. Is, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would have to give it back to me. It's too personalized. So, but I don't know. It'd have to be pretty in order for people to fight for it. So, like, that's why they have my face on it. So, I mean, that's just how it is. It's how it is.
yeah, I mean, that all makes sense to me.
Of course.
I like the idea of a 15-minute time limit. So let's
And
go.
no strikes to the head. No strikes to the head.
Right. We got to combat CTE where we can. So,
I mean, also like my face is on the side plates. Like that's a giveaway that like there's no strikes to the head. Like we're not
it's,
doing that.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, like you said, it would be a spinner. So, like, would you put your face on the spinny part?
It would just be a star, like the rated R belt. Like I feel
Okay.
like, and it would just, yeah, it's just, it has to spin. I feel like, because then people will care. I feel like at that point.
Yeah. A lot of people want to talk shit about that spinner belt, but
Yeah, so did a
I
lot
think it's
of.
pretty cool.
It was pretty cool for its time. Like you got to admit, like Triple H had no business wearing that belt. Like he looked really goofy with it on, but like for somehow like it also fit. Like it just looked right. Like it just looked like an actual like. Anyways, like the belts in WWE nowadays and like WWE nowadays, just all look like trash. Like they're just all ugly. Like to be honest, like the UK titles are nice. Like the AEW belts, I feel like are really really nice. Ring of Honor's belts are okay for me and my taste, but like just feel like we need to have like prettier belts. Like I'm not even talking about New Japan because everybody knows New Japan has incredible championships. So
Yeah. So you just in general want prettier belts. This whole like pared down, like minimalist thing just doesn't do it for you.
sometimes it does. I mean, like it depends like what the aesthetic is for the promotion and like what works and everything. It's not like how every belt has to be this immaculate piece of jewelry. Like some can, like, there's sometimes like where people just do medals, you know what I mean? It's not like or like a chain. Like it's not it doesn't have to be like a belt, just something unique and something like cool, like the way it's presented, I guess.
Okay.
Spinner belt was cool.
That's cool. Other than your gear and your phone, what do you not leave for a wrestling trip without? Is there something that you always take with you other than like obviously like your gear, your phone, your wallet, whatever?
Hmm.
Anything like weird?
Anything weird? Oh no. My gimmicks. I gotta take my merch if I don't take, but that's really basic. I'm not gonna give you that answer. So just a bunch of like, I just pack a bunch of like just food, like, and like just drinks and stuff like that. Like, even if I don't even eat it per se, like I'll have it ready for me or whatever. Like sometimes I'll have a cooler, but like that's about as like complicated as I get.
Okay. So what is the weirdest request you've gotten from a fan as a wrestler, and not anything that, you know.
Um, yeah. Well, uh, I feel like all my stories just went away when you said the last part of that sentence. I was like, well, now I can't say anything
I
funny
mean,
and cool.
you can like whatever you feel comfortable with. I just don't want it to be like uncomfortable for you.
I mean, everybody's kind of got their thing, like they got their own like kink or whatever. So I mean, like, who am I to like just shame them because of that, right? So like, we'll just stay away from those just for now, okay? Like, we'll just stay away. Like, I won't even talk about the time like that I had this one time where I had to like work out in this shirt and then send it. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like just things like that. Like that's a weird request, but I wouldn't talk about that kind of stuff like on this platform. Just wouldn't be one of those things I'd bring up. So, or yeah, but like there are a multitude of times like I can kind of think, but I'm not going to go into that.
No, and there is currently and has always been, from what I understand,
Yeah.
a market for those types of items.
Yes.
People enjoy those things,
Yeah.
and by all means, it hurts nobody.
No, it doesn't. No, and you know what? It's $100 is $100. So I mean, it is what it is. Now,
Yeah.
oh damn! I gave away my rate. Sorry, guys. No. The truth comes out, Val. The truth comes out.
After the stack, though, 150 minimum.
Oh yeah.
Driving you right up.
I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's so many weird things. Like just to actually go to the question, like there's a bunch of weird stuff. But like I guess requests like the weird requests are like somebody like saying like tell me happy birthday or whatever. Like tell me like why do I like need like I feel like it's not earned in that way if you tell like force me to like stuff like that. But it's okay, I guess. Like acknowledged, I guess. So
like I've had people say like one of the things that like a weird request I've gotten is for like to like chop a fan or something like that. Like that they want you to like beat them up, I guess. I don't know.
I've gotten that one before, like a couple different times, like and it's like also like it trickles down to like family members, like, oh, give me the Ric Flair thing, and I'm like, oh no, he's canceled, and I don't want to do this to you at Thanksgiving, but so
Thanksgiving, the BK Westbrook household.
Yes, I just gotta inform people. I just don't want to chop you on Thanksgiving. It's not cool.
But Christmas.
Maybe. Depends what I get. I don't know.
Right?
They give me something cool. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I know I'm happy with anything anybody gets me though. So I'm a nice guy at Christmas. It's just no time to chop. But New Year's, you're probably gonna get chopped. That's just the bottom line.
Well, instead of a kiss at midnight, you can just give them a chop
to the throat, especially if somebody you don't want to kiss. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I thought we were chopping.
Oh yeah, or just okay, yeah. I mean, it happens. Sometimes just depends on who's they're requesting you to chop them.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
You got to be discerning. You can't just chop whoever willy-nilly.
Yeah, I feel like at that point you get arrested, like, right? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of assault.
Yeah. So it's good to be like choosy, I think.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely want to be choosy, especially like nowadays, like putting your hands on anything, you just gotta be careful.
Yeah, you never know.
No, don't. You don't.
What is the wrestling word that you use most outside of wrestling?
Gimmick, like anything, like gimmick this, gimmick that, like, I used to do it like so often, like I remember I had like this group project, yeah, and I used it so much, like just in slang of like what we were getting like done, and like one person actually said gimmick too, like they picked up on it, and I was like, yeah, I just say it too much, and I continued to say it like a lot. Um, I used to say shoot a lot, like just like, oh, like is this like instead of for real, I just like anyways, like that was the thing I said like when I first started, and then I was like, that's not as fun. So gimmick is like my go-to like wrestling word.
I will tell you that most people I ask that question to do say gimmick.
It's yeah. I mean, it's pretty common. Like I'm not special by saying it, but you know, it's definitely something that I definitely do have to own up to.
I'm just trying to call all of you out on how much you use the word gimmick.
Are you saying that people use it too much?
I would never say that.
Okay.
That's not my gimmick. So
yeah, it's not yours. It's not your gimmick.
So what would you like if you could go back in time to talk to like you at 10 years old? Like what would you tell yourself?
Ball is not life. Stop playing basketball. Like just wrestle and do. I think that's like the one thing I do regret is like the fact that I didn't get a chance to like get into amateur wrestling, like actually like that kind of style, because I feel like that would kind of just help aid me even more with what I'm doing. Like I did so like and like I just was into basketball a lot, and I continued to do that like through middle school, and I was really focused on that for a little bit. And then like high school came to me, and I'd gotten to theater like over like basketball, and like that's when like the gears were turning, like theater, like sport, like you love wrestling, like you've always loved wrestling, like let's just do that. That's like the only thing that makes sense, right? So like kind of stuff like that is like how I molded that. But 10-year-old me like was just playing basketball, so I would just say, you know, dude, like play basketball, but like not as much. Like don't worry about it. Like don't worry about making like every practice, I guess.
Like maybe just try wrestling a little bit.
Yeah, or like play some more like Black Ops 1, or like, you know, whatever. Because like 10-year-old, yeah, that checks out. Black Ops 1. I was playing a little bit of that, but I didn't play as much. So I would have gotten more time on BO1 had I told my 10-year-old self that ball is not life. So
I don't know how old you are. I don't think that I want to know.
how old do you think I am?
I would say early 20s.
Okay. Well, what age? You can't say it's early 20s.
Like
what's
23, 24?
I'm 21.
You're 20. Oh my gosh. You're so young.
I'm 21 years old. Yeah.
Bless your heart.
Aww. Yeah, that's me.
Aw. Like
why say that though? Like now I feel upset like that I'm 21.
Why are you upset?
Don't be upset.
What is like, I think it's adorable.
Okay, I understand now. I thought you were like, oh, he doesn't know. And I'm like, what do I not know? You know?
No, I don't have any secrets.
Okay, cool.
No. Yeah. It was more like you're getting out there, you're traveling, you're still super young yet, you have so much time ahead of you. Like it's just like, oh, you have such a bright future.
Oh, like, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Actually, if anybody wants to send me money in 11 days, I have a birthday coming up and I'll be 22. I won't be 21 anymore. So like this won't even matter. Like this whole like section of the conversation doesn't even like matter as much. But 22, I'll get information like Cash App and PayPal and stuff. But yeah, 22 in 11 days. So
nice.
Yeah.
22, 11 days. Send BK money. Sacks of money.
I just, virtual money. I mean, if you can send it via the mail, we might want to do it now so I can get it on time. But, you know, virtual's cool.
I'm sure that you have Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal.
I do. I have, I do. We're good.
Yeah, see? You'll take money anyway that somebody will want to pay it to you.
Exactly. I have 3 QR codes, massive. That I have with me, and I carry it my like gimmick table and stuff like that. So people get a chance, they just scan it, boom, there it is. I saw that at an indie show one time, and I just was like, why am I not doing this? So anybody that's out there selling merch, that has not jumped on this, that anybody that's even watching this, thank you. But like, for me, because I'm just a dude, but like, but yeah, get you some QR codes, print them out, like tape them or like glue them to like a whiteboard or something like that. Probably just tape them. Glues might not work, but tape it, right? And yeah, problem solved. Easy. No more typing, no more, like you can save so much time.
Well, and like I know, like for me, like it is a rare occasion that I have cash on me, but
Yeah,
like I can always Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal somebody money for merch.
absolutely.
Like,
I mean, I'm not fancy enough like some of these guys that have like the Square Pay, like where they got it connected to their phone and people are actually like inserting their card. I'm too scared to mess with that. I feel like I'm too young. I feel like that's the age 21 thing. Like I feel like I'm not ready for that yet. So let me jump to like 24, 25, like when I can rent a car and stuff like that. Then we'll start handling your credit cards. That's cool. But for now, just Cash App me.
yeah, see, easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
So I just have a few more questions, and then we'll go to Chuck, who will have questions from the chat and the aforementioned lightning round, and
Word up.
then you can be on your way for the evening.
I will be on mine.
So I like to hang out in Twitter Spaces. I mentioned it because this is a question that came from Twitter Spaces. What is the biggest animal that you could take in a fight with just your hands, no weapons, and you can pretend it's attacking you, if that makes you feel better?
Okay. Well, so like along with like me like listening to everything like music wise and stuff like that, but like I watch a lot of stuff and I watch a lot of animal documentaries and I'm terrified of cats. So we're gonna go ahead and strike out any cat because like they're just scary. Like I don't think people understand how scary they are. So like when people say they can like take down like a lion or a tiger, like they're bullshitting you. There's no absolute way that you could do that. They are going to rip you to shreds and like it's okay. But yeah, so I think that I could take a wolf in a fight though. Just one wolf. Okay, so think about it, right? Like wolves, dogs, relation, yeah. So cats, like they will like just continue to like. I learned about this in a documentary. Like it was like a Nat. I don't know if it was a Nat Geo, it might be like a BBC thing, I guess, like for whatever. I don't know. Anyways, it's incredible like documentary about how a pack of hyenas versus a pack of wolves or something like that. And it was like saying like wolves are like dangerous like in packs, but like individually, I mean, maybe I'm wrong in this. There's somebody out there that's really getting upset about like what I'm saying, but I feel like I can take a wolf in a fight just because I feel like they are similar to how like they're just like a mean dog, I feel like. And like I don't ever want to hurt an animal, but if I ever did, I'd beat the hell out of a wolf if given the chance. I would do the Big Show wind up. WMD, he's done. Like I think the wolf is out. I think I'm okay. So that would be the animal that I'd choose. I mean, I don't think I want to test anything in the waters, like anything like reptile. No, we're good. Like that's the biggest animal I feel like I can go. You know.
That's fair. Yeah.
What about
like,
you? What do you think?
What do I think that you could take?
No. You like what would be
Me?
like the animal?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to die. It's fine.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Like, all right.
Yeah, no. That's just not. I haven't really thought about it, but I just don't think that's. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, that's good. But just let me know, honestly.
So, how do you take your pancakes? Like do you do like butter and syrup? Do you like
okay.
blueberry
Sorry.
pancakes?
Like,
I don't
is
know
there
what
a
I thought
way?
you. What were you thinking?
I was like in the morning. I don't know. Like
No, like how do you like if you're like
okay
can order any pancakes in the world? Like, what are you gonna have?
That's a great question. So I'm gonna be honest. Like when I get down with some pancakes, like 3-stack, we're good. All right, give me the 3-stack, and then put a little bit of butter on that. You want to spread like each pancake. You don't want to just do the top one. Like that's really lazy. You know what I'm saying? put the syrup on there, cut it up, and you're good to go. Now, this can be any type of pancake, but that's how I roll, right? Just butter and syrup. But if I had to have a pancake, it had to be a blueberry pancake. I'm big into blueberries. They're good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice. See, that's all.
I was confused. I just had a brain lapse. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
fine.
apologize. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, but I get it now. We're good. We're good.
I may reword the question moving forward based solely on your reaction. Because now that you say that, like, I can understand where you would like maybe be confused.
I'm glad I could help out the show in any way. Like, and
I
could give
appreciate
something. So yeah.
So last question that I have, I'm gonna take you on like a journey. So like,
all right,
go on the journey with me.
I'm ready.
So you're hungry and you're out and about and you go to the store and you're like, I want something sweet. Like, I'm hungry for something sweet. And you're kind of walking the aisles and you go to the cookie aisle and you're like, brilliant. I love cookies. I'm going to have a cookie. And there's all the kinds you can pick from, but you decide you want to pick America's favorite cookie, which is the Oreo.
Yeah.
But so you go to the Oreo section, but there's still like a ton of options, right? Because you have all like the weird flavors, but you don't want the weird flavors. You just want like a chocolate cookie, regular white cream. But like, there's still options, right? Because you can get like the thin Oreos, where just like has like a very minimal amount of cream, or you can get like your regular Oreos, it just has like the normal amount, or you can get like the double stuffed Oreos, it has like the extra amount. So like, which are you picking?
Well, I think my reaction gave it away, but I'm a double stuffed Oreo. Like, so like if I'm a bad snacker like at night sometimes, like, and I try to cut out a lot of like sugary stuff, but like Chips Ahoy sometimes circulates, but Oreos, double stuffed Oreos are always in the house. So we're a big fan of the double stuffed Oreos around here. We like those.
So that is the unofficial correct answer to that question. We are double stuffed people here. And I not only did you pick the double stuffed Oreo, but you have like a real like affinity for it, and I believe that you really enjoy them.
I get down with some double stuffed Oreos now. Like I can get down with them.
Hell yeah. So other than the Paradigm show on Friday, I think it's Friday or Saturday this weekend.
Yeah, Friday.
Okay. Other than the Paradigm show on Friday, what else do you have coming up? Where can people go watch you if they're not?
Yeah. So the next day I have to drive about 8.5 hours to Norfolk, Virginia, December 4th. I'm going to be at the Norfolk Masonic Temple. We are going to be for Virginia Championship Wrestling. It's going to be super cool. I'm in this demolition derby, like Tidings of Destruction demolition derby match. And I too said, what the world? They're going to put the Starboy BK Westbrook in that. But I'm in there, so I'll be having a good time. Post Paradigm Pro on Friday. The next week, December 11th, I'll be in Burlington, North Carolina, locally for Icon Pro Wrestling. Come on out and see BK Westbrook wrestle. And then December 18th, I will be at KOBK Sold Out in Chattanooga. And I'll be part of the Young Guns Scramble. So I'm going to put the BK in KOBK December 18th. It's going to be a good time. So come on out to those shows. That's really what I got closing out for the rest of the year. Obviously, the week after that, we've got Christmas and stuff like that. So I will be not wrestling on the 24th or 25th. Anybody wrestling on the 24th, 25th? Why? Why? No. I don't understand it. I feel like people, sometimes people expect there are going to be crowds on Christmas, but I don't know why. Anyways, I don't get indie wrestling sometimes. I've seen flyers for it, and I just think it's stupid. But I won't be wrestling that week. And in January, I have some stuff coming up, but that's too far away. Nobody cares about that stuff just yet. So, but for now, it's going to be a good, busy weekend this weekend, but I wouldn't want it any other way. So I'm very much looking forward to these next set of opportunities.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to catching that KOBK show when I can. I don't know if it'll be live or not, but I'm sure it'll end up on IWTV at some point, and I will definitely be watching that. That looks like a great show, so that's cool that you
for sure. It's gonna be awesome. Mm-hmm.
So, Chuck, are you there? Do we have questions from chat?
Hey, hey, hey. I am here.
Heck
Thanks
yeah.
everybody for popping in tonight.
Thank
Just a
you.
couple of thank yous. Thank you to Lucha Freddy for following and streaming and hosting us tonight. Thanks to Ricky Lynn for following. I Love Rudy J followed. Arisa30 followed. And TJ Rules followed. Thank you everybody for following tonight. Val, myself, and BK appreciate all the love.
Absolutely.
The chat was loving the Oreo cookie answer, of course, because it is our favorite, the double stuff. So, as Vic said, he can stay. However, there were a lot of the old people in the chat that were like, "Man, I'm really old if he's only 21." Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate to feel.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so
The passage of time.
right? Yeah, exactly. So we got a couple of questions from chat, and so we're gonna start off with something you guys talked about since you were talking about birthday. Your birthday's coming up soon.
Hell yeah, it is.
Vic wants to know: do you accept pennies?
Pennies. What kind of question is that, man? I don't accept pennies. They're no, we don't do that. No, they're disgusting. And like they're like, are they like out of circulation or whatever? Like everybody's like, oh, we don't have any pennies. So no, if you can find them, sure. And if you really want to send me some pennies for my birthday, I'm all about it. But respectfully, no. I feel like that was really harsh. I shouldn't have been that harsh on that question, but it kind of made me a little upset.
That's okay. It's
Okay.
Vic. He's a VIP. He's on the special side of things in the chat room, so he can take a little bit of the abuse on the question or on the
Okay.
answer.
Well, plus it would probably cost more to ship them than they are worth because they're heavy.
Yes.
Right. I don't know about that.
So we're gonna piggyback off that question, and we're gonna go to Gia's question, which is, what are acceptable fan gifts? Like gift cards, bath bombs, cookies. Like, what do wrestlers like to get from their fans?
Gift cards are actually a really good idea. I feel like I really heard about people like just giving gift cards. Besides just, besides just supporting somebody and how you can like with buying their merch or whatever, I think like gift cards are good. I think anything like cleaning. I think people should send things like so like it can get like soap and water and just any deodorant. We need all of that. We need anything like I think spray bottles and stuff like that, like all types, like Febreze is good, like because like wrestlers like and I think the main thing people would like really appreciate is wrist tape. I don't use wrist tape because I'm a gauntlet guy, but I feel like the best gift that anybody that wants like to give like their favorite wrestler and they know they have wrist tape, they're gonna want wrist tape. So get them wrist tape. Ask them.
There you go. Okay. Let's see. Not a question, but TJ Rules earlier in the night said that you are awesome. They wish you well and continued success.
Oh, thank you, TJ. Appreciate it.
So we're going to go back to Vic for the next couple here.
All right.
And the first question is, you guys are talking about music. He wants to know, what would your go-to karaoke song be?
So I am pretty good at karaoke, actually. I did on the cruise ship very well. Both times I did it. But the one I did very, very well and nobody thought I was going to do well was Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice. Now you laugh. Yeah, y'all laugh. It's fine. It's okay. But the crowd was just big up for it. There's a video on it. I might put it on Twitter one day. Just depends. Like we'll see. We'll see if it resurfaces, but that would probably be the one. I feel like I'm good at that. There's a bunch of songs that I like, but I feel like if I have to like go with a lock, that's the one.
Nice. Okay. Vic again. This one, we're back in the wrestling ring for this one.
Okay.
So who has the hardest chop that you've taken?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably Rob Killjoy. He has a really hard chop.
We have heard that before.
Oh wow, yeah, then that checks out. Yeah.
Okay. Now the last question is an interesting one.
Okay.
So the way Vic posed it to me is there's always like alternative nativity scenes for Christmas. His example was like there's a Star Wars nativity scene, where every Star Wars character has their own role in the nativity scene. So the
Sure.
question is, who would be in your wrestler nativity scene playing or portraying Joseph, Mary, baby Jesus, the wise men, all that kind of stuff?
All right. Cool. That's a lot of setup, Vic. I feel like for this question, like, I don't know. You went through a lot of effort, so we're gonna answer it. I'm gonna try to do my best. So we got to cast baby Jesus, and I don't know. Like, I put myself in a tough spot here, but like, I guess I'll just throw myself in, I guess, as baby Jesus or whatever, just because like if you asked for my list, like you know what I'm saying? Like that scene's based, so we'll just go with that. Okay. So Mary, like, okay, so here's the thing is like, like I don't know who I would cast. And for some of these things, like I just had the baby Jesus one down for like
It's hard.
Vic,
So-
you got me stumped.
So maybe to try to help a little bit, like who would you call like your wrestling parents? Like who's your like?
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
like who do you look to in wrestling as like, this is my wrestle mom and this is my wrestle dad?
Especially if you're playing the baby Jesus. Yeah.
Exactly. And I was trying to look at it that way, but I was like, I keep running into like having a wrestle mom. But if I had to have a wrestle mom, probably Amber. Amber Gertner. So she's one person that I like was my wrestling mom starting it off. I feel like to me, but because I just saw her a lot, so she was sweet. And wrestle dad, I guess it would be either Jeff or Eric, like either one of those two of like people that like trained me. So that would either be those two. But I'd also cast like Eric as one of the wise men because like we'll throw him in there, put Teddy down in there. There's a bunch of people. Like throw Bojack in there, he'll be in the scene. Diego would do a flip or something. I don't know. That's about as complicated as I get. I feel really bad that I really let Vic down with this, but at the same time, I feel like I did okay, like given circumstances. So yeah, nativity scene, you're good. Thank you, Vic.
I'm sure Vic appreciates the thought that went into the answer.
I tried. Yeah. That's all I got for you, Chuck.
Hey, that works for me. He also had down the barnyard animals and the angels and everything, but I kind of cut it at just human beings.
Yeah, you don't want to compare people to animals. People will get upset about that.
We're already doing a lot. Like I just compare myself to baby Jesus. Like we got a bunch of different things going on. Like we got a lot of things at hand here. Anyways, thank you, Vic.
Vic said you didn't let him down. They were great answers.
Word.
Okay, so my next question leads to what could possibly be the worst segment of this entire interview. And that question is, BK Westbrook, are you ready for the lightning round?
I am ready for the lightning round. Step in my chair, we're ready to go.
We're showing up the lightning video right now. BK, these are 10 questions. As fast as you can, through all 10. First thing that comes to mind. Here we go. Number 1, food you most indulged in during Thanksgiving.
Dressing.
Your dream car.
Convertible Mercedes.
Favorite streaming service to watch.
Definitely not Peacock. I'm definitely going to go with YouTube Premium because ad-free YouTube's awesome.
Nice. Yes or no question. Is Roman Reigns' Superman punch a valid wrestling finisher?
Yeah.
Your nickname is Starboy. Do you have a preference of Star franchises? Is it Star Wars or Star Trek?
We're a Star Wars family of one here. So, yeah, Star Wars.
That is the correct answer. Yeah. If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be?
Japan.
What is your spirit animal? We know it's not going to be a cat.
Yeah, not going to be a cat. I'm also allergic to cats too. Like that's another thing. Shark. I like sharks a lot. They're pretty cool. So we're going to go shark.
Shark it is.
Shark.
Okay. There are now 25 hours in a day. What are you doing with that extra hour?
Sending emails to people.
Number 9, hot chocolate, marshmallows. Yes or no?
No, get out of here. No more marshmallows. We don't like it.
And number 10, since we're getting into the holiday spirit, Vic started us off with the whole nativity scene thing. Yeah. We're going to ask BK, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, Christmas movie? Okay. Probably Christmas Vacation, for sure.
That's the right answer.
I like that. That is a good answer.
Has anybody said Die Hard on here? Has anybody been that person? Well, we might not have gotten a chance to interview somebody for Christmas stuff, but
you're the first.
If they say Die Hard, just take them out of it. But it's not. It's it kind of is, right? But it's not really. So like, just don't be that person, edgy and trying to be like, Die Hard's my favorite movie. No, it's not a Christmas movie.
We have asked the question: do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I want to hear the statistics on this. What do they say?
I actually don't remember because it was last year at this time. I have no idea who we asked it to, and I have no idea what their answer was. If you ask me, I love Die Hard. And you want to know what? I consider Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Hey, I didn't say it was a bad movie. I just said it wasn't a Christmas movie in my eyes. I'm sorry, Chuck. I'm sorry that you feel that way.
No,
you gotta get hot about
it. I have no animosity against people who don't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I mean, it's debatable, and like, there'll never be a right answer. I feel like
that is true. It's like, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
The world may never know.
And on that sentiment, Val, I'm throwing it back to you.
Well, I'm indifferent on Die Hard, so whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Bruce Willis. Yeah, people love him or hate him.
You know, but where can people follow you on social media? Twitter, Instagram. Like, plug yourself, merch. Like,
so BK Westbrook Pro, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's just BK Westbrook, but the username would be BK Westbrook Pro. So you could either way, you get to where you need to be. PlayStation Network. I need friends on there, dude. Like BK Westbrook Pro on there too. BK Westbrook on YouTube. I'm in the process of launching an online store. It's going to be a big cartel type thing. It's not going to be pro wrestling tees and all that whack. No, like it's going to be my own little thing. And I'm building a little bit more inventory. I got like all my shirts and stuff like I need to, but probably after Christmas. I know like ideally you'd want to launch it before Christmas. Yeah. But I get some time, and you'll be looking out for that soon. So you can just click a thing and you can buy something from me instead of like DMing me like really late at night saying you want a shirt, which I have no problem, but I'm just saying like it's easier.
So what is your Cash App, PayPal, Venmo so that people can send you money for your birthday?
Oh yeah. So Cash App. Well, Cash App's my shoot name. So
okay. If you don't want to, don't.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel comfortable providing.
Yeah, so I'll put those on Twitter when it gets a little bit closer for that time with a screenshot kind of a thing. Just because enough people call me by my shoot name that don't know me, and like I get it, I'm putting myself out there with the Cash App thing, but the money is worth the reward. I feel like here. So yeah. Anyways, look out for that. You'll know 11 days from now, December 12th, 12/12/21. BK Westbrook turns 22, and you should give me money. And I would love you to do that for me personally. Thank you.
So 12/12/21, you're turning 22. You will put out on Twitter your money collecting apps so that people can send money to you.
Absolutely. You have the ability
Brilliant.
to give me. Yeah, exactly. I've seen people do that as like a joke, and I've seen people do it like as a shoot, like on Facebook or like Twitter. Like I'm serious. Like, sure, give me some money. Like I would love to. Like I need new gear. I need a lot of stuff. So, you're helping the cause by donating to me.
You're investing in the future of this young up and coming professional wrestler.
Yes,
Get in on the ground floor.
Get it in on the ground floor. So yes, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah. So stop on by. Give me some money.
Hell yeah. And on that note, this has been The Stack. I'm Val Pancakes. This has been BK Westbrook. Make sure to keep an eye out for that Paradigm Pro show. It is the UWFI rules, so that'll be way more fun. Definitely different. And that's being shot on Friday and will be on IWTV at some point. And make sure to check out BK on all of his social media that we already listed. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Be sure to stop by next week, same stack time and same stack place, as I talk with MSP. So that'll be really exciting. And thank you so much, BK, for hanging out with me tonight. I certainly appreciate you coming and spending some time with me. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. It was a blast. So thank you guys for sponsoring me too. I know like you just did an incredible outro and I'm ruining it right now, but thank you guys so much for sponsoring me. And yes, watch Paradigm Pro, watch indie wrestling, watch some stuff that I've done, watch some stuff that my friends have done, or people you like, and just keep supporting. And like, we will forever be able to wrestle. So there you go. So thank you guys.
Yeah. Go watch him super kick Cam Zagami.
Yeah.
Delightful.
A super kick.
Thanks for joining, everybody. BK, thank you. Val, thank you. As always, BK, hang out for a second. We're going to send the Zoom back to the green room. Everybody else in the chat, thanks for hanging out tonight. Don't forget, next Wednesday, Val will be back. The captain, may be back on Tuesday. I am unsure. We will see what happens. But stick around. We're going to raid Steve and Larson. They're talking wrestling like they normally do. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week.